Battle of MACTAN, Lapu-Lapu vs. Magellan, April 27, 1521. As the sun rose over the island of MACTAN, two worlds collided. On one side, Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer sailing under the Spanish crown, armed with steel, guns, and European pride. On the other, Datu Lapu-Lapu, a native chieftain determined to defend his land. By the end of that day, one man would fall and the course of Philippine history would be forever changed. To understand the Battle of MACTAN, we have to step back. Ferdinand Magellan wasn't just exploring for fun. He was on a mission for Spain, to find a westward route to the Spice Islands. Spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves were worth more than gold in Europe. Whoever controlled the spice trade controlled immense wealth. Magellan set sail in 1519 with 5 ships. After nearly 2 years of storms, hunger, mutinies, and unimaginable hardship, only 3 ships reached the Philippine Islands. Magellan and his men were welcomed in Cebu by Raja Humabon, who later converted to Christianity and allied with the Spaniards. But not everyone was eager to bow to foreign power. On the nearby island of MACTAN, Datu Lapu-Lapu rejected Humabon's alliance with the Spaniards. He refused to pay tribute, and he refused to recognize the authority of the King of Spain. Magellan, confident in his superior weapons, decided to make an example out of Lapu-Lapu. He would use force to show the natives the power of Spain. On the night of April 26th, he set sail with around 60 armored men and a few hundred Cebuano warriors from Humabon. Before dawn on April 27th, Magellan's forces arrived at MACTAN. But the tide was low. His ships couldn't reach the shore. This meant his men had to wade through shallow waters, exposed and vulnerable. Waiting for them were around 1,500 warriors led by Lapu-Lapu, armed with bamboo spears, Campilan swords, and fire-hardened shields. At first, Magellan's men fired muskets and crossbows. The smoke and thunder shocked the islanders, but it wasn't enough to stop them. As the Spaniards struggled in the water, Lapu-Lapu's warriors rained down spears and arrows. The Europeans' heavy armor slowed them, while the natives moved swiftly across familiar ground. Magellan tried to rally his men. He fought bravely, swinging his sword, cutting down attackers. But soon he was surrounded. Accounts say a bamboo spear struck his leg, bringing him down. Then came a fatal blow. One of Lapu-Lapu's warriors struck Magellan with a Campilan. The great explorer fell in the waters of MACTAN, never to rise again. The Spaniards retreated, shocked and defeated. For the first time in their journey, they had faced resistance they could not overcome. Magellan's death was a turning point. His surviving crew eventually completed the circumnavigation of the globe, but Spain would not conquer the Philippines until decades later. Today, Lapu-Lapu is remembered as the first Filipino hero, a symbol of courage, independence, and defiance against foreign domination. The Battle of MACTAN was more than just a clash of warriors. It was the moment when Filipinos first stood their ground against colonization. Centuries later, the story of Lapu-Lapu continues to inspire. The man who faced an empire with nothing but bravery and determination reminds us that true power lies not in weapons or wealth, but in the will to defend one's home. Remember MACTAN. Remember Lapu-Lapu.